live. It's 7 o'clock, and I've messed up with the orientation straight away again. So, which seems to be my normal thing. Let me just get things rolling. I'm just waiting. Flip, wrong way. I don't know why. I thought I'd look that way. No, I don't know how to do that. So it looks like we're long ways again. This is always bugbear about trying anything. It was supposed to be the other way. It was supposed to be the other way. Was supposed to be the other way. Was supposed to be the other way. It seems I've got an echo. I am trying to just turn it round. That's all. Hi, Charlotte. Jamie. You all right? Yes, Jan. I hope you got your bike ready, Jamie. That's all I can say. It was supposed to be another way, but it's technology. It does me head in. Charlotte, where's your biggest fan? She's out at the minute. So I'll just explain. I didn't do a live last week. You're all ready for Jamie? All ready for Cadwell? I'm setting off. I'll come to that. I'm setting off tomorrow, Thursday. So, but I didn't do a live last week because I've had granddaughter up, and I spent time with granddaughter. Not only that, I don't know if you were on last time, and I can't remember. There was a guy on who put loads of comments on last time, and I've had to remove the trouble's back. I had to remove. I didn't have to remove it. I did remove it because I had a bit of a whinge at end, and I don't want to diss anyone or anything like that, or really. So just got company back, or didn't want to diss anyone or get into that situation. And this channel is not about that. It's not about bitching and so forth. So I did delete it off. I had a lot of good comments from, I can't remember his name, but one guy. So I did delete it. I didn't want to show that side of it, and it were all right until end, and then I started going on one, and it were about sandbaggers. That's all it were, which it is what it is. Massive news this week. He's not retired from racing. What he's done is he's starting his own business, and he's helped me out. I met him to talk to really this year, and he's so helped me out. And it's doorbell. Dan Fletcher. So Dan Fletcher's he's not retiring, but he's giving it up because he's starting his own business. And if you watch the how much it costs, you'll see why he's having to quit as well. So good luck, Dan, with all you're planning to do in your business. What I will say is, if you need anything for a BMW S-Style RR Gen 3, he's even selling his bike. So have a pop, get in touch with him. He's selling everything. He's selling fully up. And so if you need anything for a Gen 3, you can do. I have got my biggest fan here. Do you want to come and say hello? No. So she knows I'm a winner. She knows I win every single race. No, I don't. Do you think it's ridiculous to get rid of novice only race and put you in the clubman? Yeah, it'd make our so the thing with, especially at Cadwell, I expected it being packed at and don't get me wrong, every space is taken up in our category. You want to say hello? No, your mum's on.
What?
Your mum's on.
Not here then.
She's, look, Charlotte.
No, that's chair.
All right. Yeah, so Cadwell is taken up by everyone, and it's one where I think there's seven hours for newcomer, which is a bit of a letdown. Saying that, when Dan said he was quitting, I got in touch with one of the lads straight away, see if he wanted his places, and he's selling his season, Dan. So I don't know if he's got any left. I know he sold Donington straight away. I think he sold that to Brett. Cadwell is sold. He sold that to Adam, but Adam has had to upgrade his license, and I'm not sure what he's racing in, Adam. So there is only a few of us in newcomer. So Gavin, I think it'd been better if there were a lot more newcomers, to be honest. There is only, I did look at the championship standings today, and there were only 15 of us who's actually taken part in newcomer. And actually, I seem to be at the back. And someone's got to be. So it makes no difference. Someone's got to be at the back. But it's if there were more newcomers, it'd be more of a battle, I think. And especially, I've looked at last year's times from the racetracks, and it is one of them where I'd be a lot further up than I am. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, because with Cup Thou lads, if I can tag on, I seem to be battling with one at lads literally every race. I didn't see him at last race at Anglesey, but I seem to be having a bit of a battle every round with him. But it does seem to bring me on, and especially when they're really, really fast lads. I'm not going to go into that one. It's one where them top lads, they're doing Premier times, but when they come past, so there's like 5 or 6 of them top lads, and they come past me. I got lapped at Anglesey. I didn't mind in long race, but in short race, I didn't mind. I thought it was a bit of a Mickey Tech, just on how fast they are, because they are doing Premier podium times as well. So why sandbagging Cup? Let's put it that way. Move up. Which I've just seen, Baz Napersky. I know Baz. And Baz has jumped straight into... So Baz was a newcomer last year. He's done a few rounds of endurance this year, and he's jumped straight into Premier. He's gone in Premier. He ain't scared. Good luck, Baz. He's got a chance of a podium. He's a fast lad. But I wish newcomers were a lot more. I think I'd be a lot higher up. And proper battling for points, because we do get points, especially when there's only 7 or 8, or 7 or 8 of us. We do get points given. It's not really battling, is it? I am looking forward to Cadwell. I think it's everyone's local though, Cadwell. Everyone. What's your local track, Cadwell? Where do you live? London. It would seem everyone but everyone's done Cadwell Park. She's gone into the room, Charlotte. You know what she's like. Peter, first time I turned into the live chat. Wish you all the best and keep. Oh, cheers, Peter. Thank you. If you're being honest, there's people in the club class who could be in a higher class. Oh God, Gavin, yes. And this is why I had to delete my last live, because I weren't far off naming, and my channel's not about that. If they want to sandbag, if they want to win trophy, have trophies up wall that don't really mean out, that's up to them. Anyway, there is some proper fast lads. And like I said, I can't say out, because when they overtook me at Anglesey, I tagged on for a little bit, and I got my fastest lap. So as long as I progress, as long as I'm having fun, and as long as I progress, I'm happy. Every single track I've gone to, whether it be brand new or ones that I've been to before, I've done better. So I'm happy with progressing, and I'm learning. I'm getting better at coming out of corners. Not brilliant still. My starts are terrible still. But I am getting out of corners, and I did give it a little bit at Anglesey. I had an SC01. knocked traction down a bit, and I let the back wheels slide as I was coming out at corner. Don't get me wrong, it's not no more GP, but I could feel it moving. So at least I'm not getting left so far behind coming out. I've still got to put some big boy pants on. It's not the trophies, it's the spaces. True, if they left, more people could get into our category. We have got the old school lads in, which I tell you what, some of them bikes, Peter, in fact, they're all doing fine. Adam's in that as well. So Adam's fast. He's winning there. I think Adam's winning. I'm sure it's Adam. He was next to us in pits at Anglesey. It might be Adam Viney, to be honest. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hi, Hickey. So it's one where if there were more spaces, they'd be taken up. I think Cup now could have its own league, its own races. And I think with Cup having its own race, we could probably have a lot more newcomers in. We could definitely go in with old school Thou lads, and that'd make its own race as well. It's just, I don't know what they have for no limits time wise, so it is one of them. Tyre fund. Oh, tyre fund. Right, so Dan, I have just bought a tyre from Dan Fletcher, who's quitting racing. He's going to bring them to Alton Park. So Dan's going to bring them to Alton Park. And talking to, I'll come back to tyres. But with regards to licensing, I've been up for. I put my application in to change my license because I'm a newcomer, so I'm on an intermediate novice rider. And I put it in after Croft. I'd got my 10 races in. So I put my application into ACU, put race reports in, my finishers, put all that in, and I've still not got anything. Ritesh, is it? Hi. But I literally phoned him this week, and Mark from No Limits, I think he's been trying to contact him. I definitely have. And I phoned him this week, emailed him, got nothing, phoned him this week, got through, and we'll sort it in 1 or 2 days. Guess what? Still not sorted. So I am trying to upgrade my license. I'm not stopping in newcomer next year, and I know I'm not nowhere near front, but I'll only get better. I will only get better. So I'm already upgrading my license. So I'm not going to be a sandbagger and going newcomer next year. I've done a year. Why would I do that? Dwayne? Among Us, hello. And then, yeah, so I'm being Cup Thou next year. Hopefully they have their own race. They always have their own race. They're going with Ducati. So on the race weekend, normally, Saturday we get qualifying and race 1. On Sunday, we normally have race 2 and 3. But then Cup Thou lads get an extra race at the end of the day on their own, but with Ducati lads. So it's an extra, race for them, which my mate Lee's doing all right until he crashed. Yeah, Lee's coming through. Lee's found his mojo with his bike, I think. So Lee's a bit flying again. Got his PB. I think everyone's getting the PB at minute as well. Like I said, I did look at times from last year, and I think what's happening is everyone's progressed. Who is in your house? My partner and the granddaughter. They're in the house. They're in the other room. They did just come in. When did you start racing? Oh, Among Us. Right. So I was doing a different sport last year. Did that for 5 years. And I quit that sport and I started. Oh, Peter, thank you. I started racing last year. I got the last 3 rounds of the season in because I quit my other hobby or other sport I was doing, which I'll show you. It was, let me move that. I have got trophies. So I've got a few trophies. So I were doing bodybuilding before. and I retired from bodybuilding and started racing. I had to lose some size, I can tell you that. So I did actually start this year, and this year was my full year. So I thought, go foot championship, and and that's why I haven't recorded anything from last year, because I didn't think about it. And then this year I just wanted to capture everything to do with racing, which I've got given access to some right places. If you watch my first videos, I used to have my camera in my helmet, and I got caught. We can't have our cameras in our helmets, and it's not as brilliant. It's not the best footage now, because I could talk as well. So it's one where I could have got a lot better footage. And I know I have to put it on the front at bike. I can't have it in my helmet. And someone did actually snitch on me, I will say that. They actually sent a picture and onto No Limits Racing, saying, is this why we can't have cameras in our helmet? And it will be with my camera. But it is what it is. I'm not allowed my camera. After a conversation, I much prefer watching you race than on a stage in small pants. So, Charlotte. Yeah. I used to be in little pants. You're from India? Oh, I'm from the UK. Ritesh, I'm in the UK. Lived here all my life. So, right. So, I've lost track there. So yeah. So I am going to upgrade my license, and I'm in Cup Town. Then it gives someone else that choice to come into newcomer. Why we aren't even allowed a camera in Scotland? Oh, what? Not on your bike at all, Gavin? Which I'm not going to say is a piss take, because if you can get away with it, you can get away with it. You'll see. I mean, if you watch my early stuff, you'll see I did actually have my camera in my helmet, and where it were wrong, but I wanted footage, and I got some really good footage. But it is what it is. Now, what it is people, Josh Brooks, Kyle Ride, Dwayne, they've all got cameras in their helmets, and no one's saying anything to them. Dwayne, and I'm not going to bitch, Dwayne, but they put videos out, and it's the same track I'm on, and sometimes they're not the same track as me. But I've been told I can't have a camera in my helmet at all, so I'm not doing it. Dwayne, I don't want to be kicked off, do I? That's my little thing about cameras. I just wish I could get better footage. That's all. The camera I use, believe it or not, I've got two. I've got a GoPro and an Instago 3S. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Only thing is, it doesn't have an external mic. That's the only problem with that one. The person who sits is just jealous. Keep doing what you're doing. What I will say is, I saw a post on what I think it was Track Day Addicts. If you're not on Track Day Addicts, join it and get ready. I don't know if it was Track Day Addicts or No Limits Racing, but the same lad, someone were on about cameras, and the same lad commented on, and he says, not even good here. And he commented, literally snitching again, but to regulate port and miss sportsman like riding. Yeah. There's so much footage that's missed by, because you don't really see where people are looking until you see helmet cams, and it is one of them. Talking of which, I am actually getting better. I'm trying to concentrate on better body position. I have seen some photos. Last year I was horrific, because I'd just come back into racing last year. Last year I was proper horrific. My body position were all over. You'll have seen that video where the guy's round corner, his bike's up here and he's leaning right off, stood up. That was literally me at the beginning of last year. But I am getting better, I think. And I think it's just one where I'm leaning back a lot more, and I've changed tyres. Now, talking of tyres, if you've ever watched one of my how much it costs to go racing, you'll know I can't afford tyres, which Charlotte's just donated to my tyre fund. What I will do is, I got approached. I didn't get approached. We were talking about something in the pub at the racetrack at Anglesey, and there were a lad there, Craig Sharman, and he's bought me some tyres. And I told him he didn't have to, and I didn't ask him, and he offered to buy me some tyres, and he's more than once, and I have took him up on it, and he just wants to see what I can do on some tyres, because I've never had brand new tyres on racetrack. And so Craig, massive, I'll probably get some footage with him while I'm at Cadwell, just as a thank you. He don't want promoting or anything. His company is, he don't want promoting or anything. He just wants me to do all right. So massive, massive shout out to Craig. Absolutely fantastic that. Ritesh, MotoGP. Oh, I'm religious. I am going to have a whinge because I watched Suzuka 8 Hour, and I didn't watch every minute. I watched Suzuka 8 Hour, and I'm gutted because what I do, I tend to watch a bit for a bit, record. It's recording, and then I come back to it and watch it again. Anyway, so I didn't see it end. It was like the last hour I missed. Anyway, so I thought, I'll watch that. It's disappeared off my record. It's Virgin. I paid for it. Why can't I watch it? So I didn't actually see it. I've no result. And I think Zarco, on my live, one of my lives, I talked about MotoGP, and Zarco is one of my favourite riders. Iman Quattararo, even though they're French, I'm not going to hold that against him. I do like him. It is on again this weekend, and it's Austria in it this weekend. So I do like look of Austria track. So I do love MotoGP. What year is my BM? It is a 2016. So it's a Gen 3. Will you start next race? We'll be on a brand new tyre. I've got Metzler, right, so I've moved on to Pirellis, and I used Pirellis at the last round. When I got the bike, I got Metzlers, and I kept with Metzlers, but they weren't really doing it, so I moved back onto Pirellis. I've always used Pirellis on my other track bike. I've got an R1 track bike. So I'm on Pirellis, and I'll be on Pirellis. I won't before the test day. I'm on test day on Friday, and then on Saturday I've got qualifying in race 1, and I'll be on a brand new set of tyres. I were going to save the tyres for race 1, 2 and 3, but Craig said use them for qualifying as well. Use them for qualifying, and then I'll see the difference. Hopefully see the difference. Best bike. I spoke about that. I wonder if you were on last one, Ritesh, because I spoke about the BMW and H2R. And I've always wanted a BMW SLRR. I've got one. I wish I'd stuck with Yamaha one, because I've always been a Yam man. Always had Yamahas. Only different bike I've had was a KH100 Kawasaki when I were 17. That's the only bike I've had that weren't an R. Oh no, tell a lie, I've had a Bandit. I bought my son a CBR, but that would just went to hacks. I did sell a 16 plate R1, which I had from brand new, to pay for BMW. It's just like my 09 R1, it's a screamer. Don't get me wrong, it's got all electrics. In MotoGP, they have cameras all over the place. Yeah. I'm not MotoGP, Peter. 1,000 net subs. Yeah. Excited to see you race with a new tyre. Need to get the tyre fund up. If you love it. Right. What I will say is, if you're watching it, if you don't subscribe. I know I've already got over 1,000, and I do get monetized by YouTube for any videos. And yeah, so the last race is at the end of September at Donington Park, and I've already sorted some tyres out for there, but my YouTube's not doing bad, and I say not doing bad. it earned £102 last month. So, which is apparently really, really good. I was quite shocked. I was quite shocked myself. Last month, YouTube, because I've only just got monetized, YouTube, I earned £102, which is going straight into a tyre fund for Donington Park. So, and I always said if I earn anything from YouTube, it'll go towards paying for racing or tyres or anything like that. So if you don't subscribe, give us a subscribe. Just it costs you nothing. Just subscribe. It'll help out. So yeah, my tyres. Craig's got me a set for Cadwell Park. So I hope I can do him proud. I have raced Cadwell. I haven't raced Cadwell Park, but I've been at Cadwell Park a lot. Right, so I was on about endurance. Good, didn't get to see it end, but I do know Zarko won. Jack Miller comes second, I believe, as well. So MotoGP's this weekend. British Superbikes that were on this weekend, and what I mean, I don't really want to do Thruxton. It doesn't look an exciting track, to be honest. It's fast, don't get me wrong, but anyone can go fast. But I like curvy tracks, and you know, I like them sort of tracks. And it's, for me, what were it? 1 minute 8 or something like that. 1 minute 10 a lap, a bit fast. But I tell you what, it created fantastic racing. Both days it was fantastic racing, and you couldn't call it. Well done, Danny Kent. Danny Kent, I do like Danny Kent, and I liked him in MotoGP, and obviously he had that little hiccup, but he does race in British Superbikes, and I'm so glad he won. You know, I mean, Kyle Ryde, I do want him to win. Is another one, but I do Josh Brooks. I think I've always liked Josh Brooks, and yeah, British Superbikes were absolutely fantastic. It were like top to, and it was just one of them. If you haven't seen it, go and watch British Superbikes on weekend, and it were literally top to, you know, toe to toe of at line, and you're not talking like someone who just went. It were like all three races were like mint. Massive shout out, my little mate Lewis Smart, races for Triumph, and is in the sports bike, not the street bike, like I said initially. He's in sports bike, and I think he come over at line in 13th. So he had 2 races this weekend. I think I went. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he finished 17th in first race, and then he come 13th in the last race. Absolutely fantastic. Well done, mate. So massive shout out to Louis Smart. If you want to get involved with sponsoring someone from British Superbikes or anything, young lad, Louis Smart 32, or is it 32 Louis Smart? Smart Racing. They're all their hashtags. Give him a follow, give him a shout if you want to get involved in British Superbikes. Races for Triumph. Really nice lad. He doesn't race in MotoGP. Can I also join the MotoGP? Join the MotoGP. No more racing with scrubs. Yes and no. I'm going to see how much of a difference. And I've always said from day one, I'm not going to get into debt for racing. And I just can't. I can't think any reason to get into debt for racing. It's a hobby at the end of the day. I don't get paid for it, apart from YouTube. But I don't get paid for racing. I don't have sponsors. I don't have people, you know, who pay for stuff. So if they want to, they can. But it's one of them. If I can afford some scrubs, yes. If I get a podium, I said I would treat myself to a set of new tyres. So let's hope Cadwell does it. Your granddaughter costs you enough. She certainly does. So I have, like I said, if you missed the beginning of it, I've had granddaughter up. Hence, I've got a bit of a sunburn today. We've been down beach all day. And we went away for the weekend, and then we got back in. Been on beach, learning how to fly a kite and all that sort of stuff. She's too shy to come in, but it is. Oh, hold on, Sal. Does Lacey want to come and say hello?
Well, I've said if she does, she's got to say hello. She can't.
Oh yeah, no, she can.
Lacey?
Right, so Lacey is my biggest fan. She knows I'm a winner.
She wants to come on Grandad's studio.
She proper like brutalizes me.
Yeah.
She got so it is one of them. She does watch me YouTube apparently, and like she says, she's like, "You're losing all the time. There's no one in front." I'm like, "No, I'm in front of her." So it is one of them.
No, she don't want to come on because she don't want to speak on it. And I said, just wave. She don't want to wave on it.
Okay, no, that's fine. She's shy.
Try.
She's shy. But literally, I tell her I'm a winner, and she's like, "This, you're a loser." She's my biggest critic. 5-year-old, biggest critic, absolutely devos me. So, but yeah, she didn't want to come in. It is one of them. So this weekend we have Cadwell, and it's not took ages. I've got everything ready. There's no pits, there's no garages at Cadwell Park, so it'll be first time I've used my race tent this year because I pay for pits. Trouble is we can't get in till 8 o'clock because there's a car day on. I ain't got a clue why they get racing with a car day on. It makes a mess at track. It's just because I read something then. We can't get in till 8. Now, not being funny, everyone's going to be jostling to get on concrete because it's there's only a little bit of concrete. Not only that, you're then going to be setting up in dark because you can't get in till gone 8. It's a bit of a Mickey tech, to be honest, especially with lack of concrete space and us not being able to get in till late. But it is what it is. It's Cadwell Park, so I am looking forward to Cadwell. I did Cadwell last year, and it was a track day. I did a track day at Cadwell Park last year, which put the buzz back into me coming racing. It was in February. Brilliant day. I were on track day with Nicky Graham. He had a little off in first session. First lap. Yep, overcooked it. But we did a track day last February, and I was bodybuilding at the time, but it was like, something, I'd missed it. I had missed being on a bike, and that's what really made me think, something, I'm going racing. So I finished my bodybuilding career at 55, and then strange racing, get in, which is brilliant. Absolutely love the racing. It's mint. My bike's all ready. What have I done? I changed thermostat. What a nightmare that were. To stop the overheating, because I had an overheating issue. I have changed the thermostat. Right, top of engine, but you have to remove tank and everything to get to it. I've done that. Hopefully it doesn't overheat now. I've changed oil, just literally checked everything. Put some white grease on my chain, let that settle in, cleaned it. My bike's all ready to go, and I've got literally everything ready. I've got some scrubs because I'm going to use them for the test day. I'm not going to waste a brand new set of tires to go racing. I'm actually going to just use scrubs for test day, and then I think because there's only 5 sessions, I think I'll probably use them all this time. I normally give my last session up. It's one of them, but I think this time I am going to actually use it up. Let's put it that way. Ben Newbury, I'll give Ben a shout. Ben broke his legs, or feet, should I say, at Donington. Ben's name's down. I don't think he's racing unless he's made a miracle recovery. So Ben, if you see this, you're racing this weekend, mate. You better get your finger out. So I don't know who's took Ben's place, whether or not someone has. Gavin's been quiet this month. He crashed at Anglesey and he's fractured his shoulder. He just needs some man up. So Gavin is, I don't know if he's still injured a little bit. I did see something where he might need a hand. I'll help him. Even though he's in the same, we're racing against each other. I do really, really like Gavin. Just makes me laugh all the time. He don't give a shit. But if he does need an hand, I'll give him an hand. It's one of them. So Gavin will be there. Gareth's not on. Gareth Evans. Gareth's not on list. I haven't seen his name down on list either. So I could actually overtake him because David won all three. David Crowan won all three at Anglesey. Proper wiped the board. Good on him. He won. He won them. I don't think they were happy with trophies though. They were calling them Duracell batteries, gold ones. Duracell batteries them. And so I don't think people were too chuffed with trophies. But David won all three, and David's now up into fourth place. Is he fourth or third? He's third. Yeah, he is. He's in third place. With Gareth just but I can overtake Gareth this weekend. If I do all right, I can overtake Gareth. I can take fourth place. Don't forget, I were third in championship till I come off and I ended up sixth. Andy's racing this weekend. I'm going to see how Andy does on a little circuit again. You know, like, let's see what he does. Andy's flying. He's proper flying on his bike at the minute. He is pain in the arse. So Andy's doing all right. My main man Lenny, he's in it to win it. So my main man Lenny, he's the only person to finish every race. Let's put it that way. And he's over 100 mark on points, and he's doing all right. We've all done all right, to be honest. I mean, Gavin is leading championship. Then you've got Snowball, then David, then Gareth, then me, and then Lenny and Andy are same points. So they are at the same points. Adam was coming through, but I don't know if Adam's going to race with us or if he's asked to race with Cup Thou or Premier lads. I'm not sure. I haven't seen his name down yet, but I know he's racing. So it is one of them ones with who's racing who. You mean? But the class is full 40 names down because we race with 40 people on it. So I've got lots of messages here. Can also play. All right, big lad. DN1. DM1. That'll be. Is that the Donny Massive? So DM1's the Donny Massive. Charlotte, when do your season start and end? So first race was in March. First race was in March, and then I think it was something like 4 week or 5 week before second race. First race were at Snetterton, loved it. Go back in my videos and watch. They're the good ones. That's when I could have my camera in my helmet and talk. So as I was racing, I could talk. So they're the good films, videos, them ones. So that was Snetterton. We did Snetterton, Brands, Croft, Donington, or Donington Croft. I can't remember. Anglesey, and this one's Cadwell. Then we've got Alton Park in 2 weeks. So literally, we're racing this weekend. Then we've got Cadwell Park, Alton Park 2 weekends later, and then the last race is 28th, 29th of September. I'm going to say last weekend in September, last race. But we're doing something. We're doing something for that last race as well, instead of just doing sprints. There's another 3 lads who we're going to do endurance. We're going to do endurance race at end of season. Just just 4 of us and just have a laugh. It is only a 3-hour one. Well, no way will we do it 8 till 6. We're going to do 3-hour endurance, which puts me, obviously, after Donington, what do you do after race? After the season's finished, what do you do after racing? So you go in your garage and look at your bike and think about it. Fortunately, I do loads of my own mechanicking, so I have got ideas. I am selling a couple of bikes anyway, so they'll fund projects that I've got. Oh, did I just stick my hair up? All of it. Big Tom, just scrolling through YouTube and look who pops up. Richie here from work. Keep it up. Who knew you could be natural on the cam? Cheers, pal. Thank you. Big boy Tommy. Is that Daryl? No. Oh no, Richie. Oh, it's Richie. I'll guess Downton. And I guess so. Yeah, it's one of them. I forgot where I was going then because I looked at something and totally went, oh yeah, what do you do after racing when it finishes? So I've got a few ideas, but I do need to sell a couple of bikes. I've got 4 bikes. I don't need 4 bikes. So I'm selling a 08R1 if you're interested. It's a dedicated track bike. I've had it 10 years. It hasn't moved a wheel since February last year when I decided to go racing and upgraded. But I still have that. I've got a Thundercat, 12 months MOT. Works a dream. I'm using it going to work while the weather's nice. It's brilliant. Rich from Rail. Yeah. All right. Oh, you play. Right, from college. Well, I move jobs now. But yes, and I asked the lad the other day, there's summer, and it's on 30th of December. So it's in between Christmas and New Year, and it's Moped Madness. It looks absolutely mint. And I know Aaron Baldwin did it last week, one at races who I met last year. I know he did it. It's at Teesside, so it's not far from me. And it's literally on little like pit bikes and stuff. And it's like endurance racing. So it's 4 hours endurance, cheap as chips. So I've asked Nick if he wants to do it. So that'll be somewhat, and it's just to keep going over winter. I think if you're a biker, you go a bit doolally in winter because you can't do out. You go out, it's freezing. You know, if you've got a road bike as well, but you're definitely not on tracks. No tracks are open. A lot of racers. What I will say is, a lot of racers go abroad. They're always on about going abroad. I can't afford that. I've got a missus, girlfriend. I do other stuff, and and I like to spend time with family and friends and stuff like that. I can't afford just to nip abroad and go racing. Not unless you want to sponsor me, and you can pay for that, and then I'll gladly go. Stuck with your big boy Tom. Username since I was 16. All right. We will be up then. Oh, well, so Charlotte, she looks like you'll have to come racing foot day. It's only at Teesside. It's literally down the road. So it is one of them. But that's foot 30th. And it is figuring out what to do. And I've already been asked if I want to go abroad. And it's like, and I'm like, no, I can't afford it. Rather than go racing abroad, I'd rather go skiing with girlfriend in Austria, to be honest. It's brilliant. I can always go on a bike when biking season starts, but I don't want to really. It's not waste money, and I know it's still been with lads at racing, and I just can't condone paying a lot of money to go take my bike abroad just to race on the racetrack. And when I like to spend time with family and do stuff with family and so forth. I Are you a bike racer or car? Oh, bike racer. It is motorbikes, which I race. I do like cars. Don't get me wrong. I've had quite a few nice cars, just through jobs that I do, to be honest. And not that the jobs buy me cars, but I've been fortunate to buy cars. BMWs. I've had so many BMWs. Unbelievable. Nothing. I've not had an M3, an M5, or X. I've got an X5 now. I'm my third X5. I did used to have a show car, a 1996 E36, best looking BMW ever made. I did have a show car, which you never get the money back from them bad boys, do you, when you sell them? I used to have loads of Japs. I've had a lot. My first ever car was a Toyota Sleeker. I think how many Sleeker? I think I've had 3 Toyota Sleekers. What is it for? 3 or 4. Nissan 200 SX, Nissan 350Z. Really good car. Really good car. Just thinking, a lot of big. I've had 3 Series, 5 Series. Oh God, yeah. I do love cars. Always wanted to do rallying, to be honest. Hence Toyota Sleekers. Carlos Sainz back in day, senior, not junior. I did try watching rally last weekend. Reason I look there is TV. I did watch the rally last weekend. They just spend too much time talking to people now instead of just short racing. You know what I mean? Rossi Lorenzo, come on, with a name like that, you're either one or other. Rossi. MotoGP, oh yeah, love MotoGP. Really do enjoy watching. I watch all parts of it as well, and I watch all practice. They're not all races. Even Moto3, I watch Moto3 as well. I do them young. And if you go on, you can watch something. What's it called? It's not Red Bull Rookies. It's literally the lads before. They're all on KTM's. Red Bull Rookies, is it? No, I've just said that. There's a race series, and it is showing like Casey and Eddie O'Shea and them. They were all in that. Max Kuelis, whatever his name is, and all them lads. They come from that race series, and that was good to watch because that like shows you young lads and shows you like what they're really like. And I enjoyed watching Born Racers. We're called Born Racers. Watch that because it shows you all the young ones coming up, and they're now in Moto3. I do follow Brits. I'm not going to lie. I do follow Brits without a shadow of doubt because that's what I do. It's Eddie O'Shea, Scott Ogden's doing. I do believe Scott Ogden's originally a Donny lad, which is where I'm from. But Scott, Eddie O'Shea, Jake Dixon. But Jake's now moving to World Superbikes next year. Top Rack, can't wait for Top Rack to come to MotoGP. That's going to be mint. But I don't know who's going to then move into Moto2 for British, to be honest. That's a bit of a... And we've got no one in MotoGP. So we've got no Brit in MotoGP. Who can take that space? Scott's not in there. Who can take that space now? I just don't know. I don't know if anyone can actually perform that high. I thought Jake might have had a go. But moving to World Superbikes, I thought that's what he was building for. Probably Eddie in a few years, Eddie O'Shea or Scott Ogden. We'll have to see how they do. Wait, Rossi, I am from UK. I live up near Newcastle. Right, I think we're about done on a catch-up of what's been going off. And obviously this weekend I'm racing. Can't wait. I set off on Thursday. I'll be racing. I'll be documenting it. Like I said, if you are watching it, give us a subscribe. I would just want to say thank you to people who did donate. That's going to go straight into Tyre Fund. It's brilliant. But thank you. I much appreciate you're donating. Brilliant, thank you. I'll definitely be putting it in my tyre fund. That's what YouTube's about for me. It's about showing how good motorbike racing is, people you meet, things you do, and even the ones that I've just put up, the behind the scenes. So if you go and have a look, you'll see I got access to like proper who's in control, and in main tower and that. You don't want to be visiting Giles, is called. You don't want to be visiting him. If you are, you're in shit. Normally. Right. What I would like to say is, anyone who's watched, thank you. If you commented or put comments, massive thank you for getting for participating. And that's what it's about. It's just about getting on. Ask me anything you want. I haven't. I try and be honest as anything. So right, I will say thanks to everyone who's watched. But subscribe. Come on. Give a subscribe, and I'll probably do a live. Oh, do I do a live? I'll try. I might do a live from track at the weekend because I'm going to be down in Endurance Park for 3 hours. If I've got a decent signal, I'm going to do a live front track and just see how that goes. If not, go and watch my other videos. Right, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Oh.